Welcome to Coast to Coast Gaming Central Podcast, episode 30.
Woo!
It was really about
3-0.
Big 3-0. Yes, I almost forgot what episode it was. Who cares? I am your host, MK Guy. And, of course, I have with me my boy, Boost Dusk. Boost, how you doing?
Life sucks.
Life sucks.
Cool.
Okay, got it. And then with me, I got my boy Corgan, the Krogan. What's up? How you doing?
Oh, just being the core of the group. That's what I do.
Excuse me.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
And now we have some new additions this week, as promised. I have my boy with me, Jay Peeps Marshmallows himself. What's going on, Jay?
Hello.
He seems like
The pink ones?
Y'all wanted me to make some epic intros like that. I'm here embracing.
I was just gonna ask, if you like them, the pink peeps. Those are my favorite.
Dante's
Those are
lost
delish.
cousin has joined us, and then, of course, well, that's it. Well, we got the camera guy, but he doesn't really need an introduction.
Yo, the disrespect. Come on.
Hey.
Show him some love.
He's Detective Dusk.
Yeah.
What up?
What's up, man? I hate you for not introducing me.
So stupid. All right,
Sure.
welcome. Thank you for everyone that listened to us last week. We were excited to see that at least 100 of you cared about us. Hopefully, we can get up to about 300 this week. Let's make that a goal. With that being said, let's move right on to the news here. We are going to start with.
Excuse me.
We're going to start with Nintendo because, well, I'm just going to talk over that.
I just had lunch. Give me a break.
Yep. Yes, we're going to talk about Nintendo first because this is actually probably one of the more strange and funny stories of the week, in my opinion. So, we'll start with Zelda. So this week, Nintendo announced that there is going to be a Zelda Season Pass. And the words Season Pass and Nintendo typically don't go with each other. So this is kind of a first for them. Now, I know there's plenty of people out there that might be like, big deal, Season Pass. But, us Nintendo fans, the struggle is so real that when you hear the word Season Pass, you start thinking, wow. So,
Actually,
what? Go ahead.
sorry. Actually, it's not too new if you count what they did in Mario Kart 8. They had kind of a season pass-ish thing for that as well. Just saying. But continue.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It is new for the Zelda series, though, so there is that.
Zelda series, yeah. With that, let me actually pull up what all comes with that season pass. It's not much, but I don't remember it exactly. I know that in the summer it comes with hard mode, which I think is kind of bullshit. I just don't agree with paying for a difficulty. but whatever. Maybe hard mode is something completely different, and then they'll get a pass for it. We'll see. Sorry. It's called Zelda Breath of the Wild Expansion Pass, not Season Pass, even though it's the same thing. Let's see. So in the summer, it will come with hard mode. It will also come with extra chest and clothing for Breath of the Wild. It comes
Value.
You'll add a new Cave of Trials, hard difficulty setting, as well as intriguing additional map feature. And Map Pack 2, or in Part 2, which comes out in the winter, you'll get it will add not only a new original story, but also a new dungeon and additional challenges. So it sounds like the winter one is probably where most of your money's going to be at. But either way, all the DLC will be out by the end of this year, and it costs $20. There you go. Any thoughts on that, anybody?
When we were talking about this over the week, and when we were first talking about it, I was like, you know what? It doesn't really bother me. But then I heard some more details about it. And heard that apparently you cannot buy either pack separately. You either buy the season pass or you don't get any of it at all.
Yep.
That's not cool. Because I don't want anything in that first freaking pack at all. If I would get anything, it would be that second pack because that has the story add-on. And that's really all I wanted. And then they have that stupid Nintendo Switch t-shirt. Who's really going to use that?
I
I mean,
am.
really?
Who does want to play through?
I mean, I'm actually a guy, I don't really mind season passes as long as like the DLC coming up is actually substantial and actually adds good stuff to the game. But really, there's only like literally one thing on this whole thing that sounds worth actually revisiting the game for. I assume according to what they've released. Now, it could be very true that maybe that map feature turns out really great, I guess.
I mean,
But
I guess I'm on the mindset of the summer one seems like trash, but then when the winter one comes out, and if that story is like 5-6 hours long or something like that, you know,
if it is that, we have no idea.
then 20
Could be a
bucks
good DLC. It could be, well, like a lot of add-on DLC that's not good. But we'll find out. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, they should give you the option to buy it all separately. So that way, people that are not really interested in hard mode or the repeatable dungeon challenge or whatever it was, I mean, they don't have to get it. So people that only want the story add-on can go for that, and that's all they need. But those are just my thoughts on it, personally.
So, with that, well, just so you know, the Switch comes out in less than 2 weeks, and Nintendo still hasn't said anything else about it. I just find that funny.
And I ain't pre-ordered one yet.
Yeah, and people still can't get pre-orders for it. So, there you go.
Yep.
Even though they claim we'll see.
All they had to do, honestly, to get me on board with it, with the season pass, would just say, like, pull a freaking Witcher 3 Wild Hunt season pass and just say, $25, you get 2 gigantic story expansions. Done. That's all they needed.
Yeah, but
I don't need any of this other crap.
that would just be too simple, though, you know?
I know.
Why would Nintendo do that when they could just tell you that you're going to get a Switch t-shirt?
You know, the worst thing is that season pass is available on Wii U as well. So for all the people that buy that season pass for the Wii U version, guess what? You have this nasty Switch t-shirt just staring you in the face in your inventory screen. Which is seriously disrespectful. Like, seriously, guys?
Here's my question. Since your purchases are now linked to your Nintendo account,
Game
if
share.
you buy the season pass on the Wii U, will it carry over to the Switch?
They have still not detailed that sort of thing.
That's right. They should probably get on that, I would imagine.
Yep. They probably won't detail that until people actually start asking about it more. No. It's just interesting, though, to see Nintendo kind of taking a few cues from other companies, but then at the same time still throwing in that typical weird Nintendo wrinkle they always tend to do, it seems like. But, well, they're a weird company.
They are a very weird company. Moving right along with Nintendo and their issues. Someone got their hands on the Switch earlier this week and put some videos up on YouTube showing off the interface, which is a lot more than what Nintendo's done. Then there was some information that we gathered from that example. Like, for instance, your purchases are tied to your account and not the system anymore, which is an issue Nintendo has had for...
I'm surprised they wouldn't make a big deal about that.
Yeah.
I mean, they know a lot of their fan base is really looking for that sort of announcement, so I would have thought that'd be front and center, but guess not.
Now you can, you got multiple users on the system from the looks of it. Looks like there's a system software update that's going to be done when you first get the system, because the person that had it said that you can't access like the eShop or anything without downloading a software update. So I'm guessing that's part of that. So you can switch the user face itself. It looks very simple, very clean. Actually, it's not. Looks very easy to use. They're not doing. Actually, I don't mind it. They're not doing too much with it. It's very simple, kind of like the PS4 interface, really. Here's all your games. Here's some apps. There you go. They didn't try too hard.
Well, I mean, they don't really have any apps to throw on there anyway at launch. So
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
You got Netflix to worry about, so better be pretty clean.
No more Miiverse. Miiverse is dead, so when you turn on your Switch, there will not be any Miis running on your screen.
Which kind of stinks. I actually could personally liked Miiverse, but...
Miiverse was cool, but, they probably figured they got to start from scratch.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So, Miiverse is gone. You can also change the color of your interface, which I'm sure, eventually that'll go beyond just changing the color. They'll probably have themes and stuff, like the 3DS has. But, yeah, so... No, that's the cool stuff about the news story. Now here's the funny stuff. So comes to find out, now the person that got the Switch early would never specify where he got it from. He's just like I just pre-ordered it and I don't want to get the retailer in trouble, so I'm not gonna say who gave it to me. But this is, I got a Switch early. Okay. So then, Nintendo comes out and says that it was stolen by employees of a U.S. Distributor. So then people start reaching out to the guy like, hey, do you still got your Switch? Nintendo says it was stolen. He comes back and he's like, yeah, I already sent it back. Nintendo already made me send it back. So he no longer has the Switch anymore. Because he originally said that he planned on trying to sell it on eBay because he needed some money because he needed some quick buck on his house. Yeah. But now Nintendo said, "Nope, give that back to us." Which means, this is the other news story about that. By the way, there's been a guy in New York that's been waiting outside the Nintendo store for like 2 weeks now for the Switch.
Yep. Dropped out of college for it.
Yep. And someone came up to him like, so are you upset that you're not the first person to get a Switch anymore? and he replies, he goes on Twitter and replies like, no, because I'm going to be the first person that buys one and I'm going to shake hands with Reggie and all this stuff. And I hate 2K. I'm just throwing that out there to everybody.
Focus, MK. Focus. What the hell?
I'm playing 2K right now while I do this, and I'm telling you, like, sometimes. Anyway, yeah. So now,
that's exactly what Jay said.
It is what he said. But now this guy can take pride in knowing that nobody else has a Switch anymore. So he will again be the first person to have a Switch. So good for him. Dropped out of college for some of this.
What an idiot.
Dropped out of college for the Switch.
For any of the kiddos listening to this out there, possibly, don't do that, idiot, dude. For anything you're looking forward to, it's not worth it.
Don't throw away your life for a video game system.
Yep. They'll restock if you don't get one on launch day. It'll be okay.
If anything, continue on with your life. Finish school so then you can buy all the game systems you want. That would make a bit more sense.
Yeah. What an idiot.
And again, don't spend all your money on games.
Also true.
Very true.
But
moving on. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. Just go ahead. I had nothing to say.
No, okay. You're done talking about that dude? Okay.
Yeah. He's stupid. Move along.
We'll save PlayStation for last this time. And we will go ahead and move on to good old Microsoft this week. We had a bit of a newsworthy week, kind of. Came out that E3 for Microsoft will no longer be that middle of June Monday morning anymore. No, it will be Sunday afternoon, as Microsoft announced that E3 2017 briefing is moving to Sunday. It's going to be June 11th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard, and, so on and so forth.
Scorpio, baby.
Yep. So they want a whole day away from Sony, which tells me that they are definitely going to be showing off Scorpio the whole show. Also, I think that tells me that let me keep going. Phil Spencer goes out there. They release a statement on their website about E3. Talk about they're excited about. They're pretty much, and I'm quoting because I don't want to read the whole thing, but pretty much, they're excited to be showing off State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, and other unannounced exclusives. And they're really excited to launch Xbox Scorpio this holiday season. The most important part of...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say the most important part of that, because obviously at E3 they show games, but the most important part of that is that they are sticking to the fact that Scorpio comes out this holiday season. And they also changed their tune a little bit if you read between the lines of the statements too, because they used to say something along the lines of like, all of your Xbox One 360 games and Scorpio games will all work together. Now they kind of changed that to like all of your Xbox One games will be compatible with Scorpio, opposed to like pretty much saying like Scorpio is just going to be like an upgrade. It's really starting to sound like it's a new Xbox. Which, in history, Xbox has done it before, because the original Xbox came out in 2001 and the 360 came out in 2005. So Microsoft is one of those companies that has enough money they can pretty much kill something and start something new whenever they want to without really being affected. So it's curious to see. I mean, because they don't have to kill the Xbox One, because it's obviously it's not selling PS4 levels, but it's still. I mean, I think
better
it's
than
like
the Wii U, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think a PS4 is at like 53 million. Like last I heard, I think Xbox One's at like 36 million or something. Like it's not like that system isn't doing bad. Like
yeah, so, I personally don't think that's a good idea on them if it really is a full-blown next-gen step, because I also think of all those people that just bought an Xbox One S this past holiday. They're gonna be freaking super pissed.
I wonder if they weren't expecting.
Oh, so great! So I bought a system that had a lifespan of about literally a few months.
You see, I feel like they weren't expecting the Xbox One S to really take the way it did. Like, I don't think that. Like, I doubt
if that's the case, then just push back Scorpio. No one's saying it doesn't need to come out this year.
Yeah, no, unless they're really just that hell bent on getting a year or two start on Sony. But
which I guess they are.
But, yeah, I mean, if that comes out this year, I mean, really and truly, then 2017, you could say, would be the start of the next generation, as weird as it seems. This is so strange, because it feels like I don't know about any of you guys, but like I feel like they're kind of like, if they do that, then like our system generations are kind of fucked up a little bit now.
Oh, they're already messed up. It's all over.
Well, Nintendo messed it up with the Wii U, and they're mid.
Well, I don't even consider Nintendo anyway. It all started with the talk of the Pro and Scorpio, pretty much. Yeah. But I mean, I like the Pro. I do. But it's definitely not. I don't consider it the next generation PlayStation. All of a sudden,
yeah,
it's nice, but yeah. And plus, I mean, Sony still has games coming out for the Pro for at least in the foreseeable future, out until at the very latest, like Like, they have games coming out until, like, 2019 slated still for the PS4. So they don't have any intentions of coming out with PS5 from what I can tell.
To be fair, though, if a
Anytime
game
soon.
is not like 2019, who's to say that they don't cross-gen it or, they can still always do that. But
Yeah,
I get what
would
you're
they do
saying.
that with games like The Last of Us Part 2? Like, here's your PS5,
I don't
but
know.
here's Last of Us Part 2 on PS4.
I mean, I doubt it. But to be fair, their absolute biggest franchise, Gran Turismo, they sent that to die because they put that out on PS3 when PS4 came out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But they
Sony
did
has
release
done some
one on
stupid things.
PS3 before that, anyway.
Well, yeah, I know, but still,
That
like Gran
worked just
Turismo
fine.
6. Yeah, I know, but Gran Turismo 6 came out like a month after the PS4 came out, where they easily could have just ported that on PS4, probably.
Yeah, but I'm sure they've looked at that game's sales and said, all right, well, we probably shouldn't do that again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they'll probably never do that again. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be surprised either way. Like if Microsoft does come out Sunday and it's like, hey, here's our new system. Nintendo, even though they're in it seems like they're in a completely different world sometimes, but they're putting out their new system this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Sony at least starts teasing a PS5 this year, or I wouldn't be surprised if they just completely ignore everybody else and just keep going.
They aren't doing it this year. At the earliest next year, but definitely not this year. I guarantee you that.
I mean, I wouldn't, or maybe before, or maybe at PSX this year they start using it.
I doubt it still again. Like I said, it's just they have too many big profile games coming out in the next few years
I get that
where
part.
that just does not make any sense to do
I get that part, but then on the other hand of it too, if everybody starts like, let's say the Scorpio really is like something that's like really awesome and people are hyped for it, then you got to start thinking about that customer.
But if it is like that, then you're guaranteed talking about a system that's going to cost PS3 level prices, and that's not going to work out for them either.
Yeah, no. The weird thing is Microsoft is actually they have so much money they can afford to actually sell systems at a loss.
Oh yeah. I mean, they might try that.
That would be the scariest thing if they're dropping a new system at like $400 and it's like as powerful as they claim it is. Then they might have a little something going for them, but we'll see. I mean, for all we know, the Scorpio could just be a PS4 Pro upgrade too. I mean,
there were those documents that came out a little while ago that pretty much painted it as such.
So, we'll see. But either way, it's going to be exciting times. I do think that whatever Microsoft's doing, though, I actually do think it was smart for them to actually have like their own day, because, every time, even if they would have a really good conference, Sony would always go last, and then fucking, at the end of the day, regardless of what Microsoft did, everybody would always be talking about what PlayStation did at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So it was probably a good idea. Now, Microsoft's on Sunday, PlayStation's on Monday, and Nintendo gets Tuesday. So I think I actually like that.
Oh, yeah.
And plus, there's 3 conferences on Sunday now, Bethesda, EA, and Microsoft. So, pretty much, you could pretty much say E3 starts Sunday now, legit.
Yeah.
So there you go. Overall, I think it's going to be cool. And now people don't have to take off work or anything to watch it because it's on Sunday. And Sony goes at night. So, works out.
Yep.
So, and I know Jay's going to get a Scorpio so we can play Scalebound. Oh, sorry.
Why you have to disrespect like that, man?
Where did that come from?
I had to. I'm sorry. It's all right. He'll get a Switch one day.
Don't worry. Near Autonoma's coming, and I think that one was.
I'm only getting
that game looked too. That game looked awesome.
Mm-hmm. I really like the demo of that game. I would totally be getting it if it just wasn't coming out at
between
stupid crowded time.
Doesn't that come out like the week after Horizon and Zelda and all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know I won't be finished with Horizon by then. And then
another game that comes out
by then, Mass Effect will be out. So
another game that comes out like between Mass Effect and Zelda and Horizon and all that stuff.
MLB The Show, I know that does.
Well, yeah, that comes out, but I forgot about that. But no, I was actually freaking Tom Clancy, that Ghost Recon game.
Oh yeah,
That comes out in March.
Wildlands.
Yeah.
In fact, that's entering open beta next week. Fun fact for anyone interested.
Yeah. And apparently, from what I've heard on the closed beta, people are freaking loving it.
Mm-hmm. That's another game that's just gonna get. It's a friggin' bloodbath in March. I don't know what all these companies are thinking.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's gonna be There's gonna be at least a few games that get really screwed over in terms of exposure. Just because
honestly,
of
starting
all the
this
crap
generation, March has become like the springtime November for gaming. All of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I remember starting in this generation, like, I remember March, that first March of this gen had, like, Titanfall, the first one, and then, like, I think Infamous Second Son, and, like, all the stuff.
Yep.
And then every year since, really, March has been kind of a cluttered month, but this year, is ridiculous.
I believe when Bloodborne released, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that was like a February, March-ish game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember correctly. Yep.
So this year was Far Cry Primal.
And people still say that's the best game on PS4, which I definitely would not argue. It's definitely up there for me.
Mine was Uncharted 4, but
I know my personal one would be Uncharted 4, but
in terms of exclusives,
Bloodborne's definitely in the top 5. I'll guarantee you that.
I should be able to do someday, like our top 5 PS4 games. I bet it would be so different.
We could. Next show, though. Not this show. Let's move on to the next topic.
Moving on to PlayStation. We'll start with this news. June 30th. That's the day that you'll be playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Collection. Or Trilogy. What's it called? Insane Trilogy?
Ooga booga.
Yes, the Crash Bandicoot HD remakes of the first 3 games on PS1 have a release date now of June 30th. I personally can't wait to play those games again. And that comes out in the middle of the summer. Like, that's what I love. Like, that game for $40 in the summer is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good for them.
That's a good release date for it.
Yeah, hopefully that works out. Because,
plus it'll make it easy for Sony to throw an easy advertisement for it on E3 and just be like, and later this month, Crash Bandicoot, and then they can move on.
Yeah, they could also
something else real quick.
That could also be one of those, demo available now moments at E3.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see them doing that.
That would be a good way to get people on board. Mm-hmm. June 30th for Crash Bandicoot. Looking forward to that. And then, actually, I'm going to pass this one over to you, Corgan, because you have the PS4 Pro. There's a new system update coming out on PS4. It's update 4.50. There's a new feature in there that I'm sure Corgan just can't wait to talk about.
All right, I don't know if I'd say I can't wait to use it, but it is a cool feature nonetheless. And I love the name for it, especially with our friend here, Boost Dusk, in the room. It's named after him, Boost Mode. It's got the boost power behind it, all those games.
All right.
No, but anyway, folks, what Boost? I mean, first off, it's still an early beta, so there's still a lot of kinks they're working out on it anyway. In fact, Sony even told anyone that is beta testing that update, if your game starts, and I believe the quote was, if your game starts functioning not properly or something, I don't know, it's pretty much if your game starts acting crazy, turn it off immediately.
Wait, what?
Huh? Apparently, boost mode, for some games, it makes them actually, do all sorts of weird crap. Some people have reported for some games. I was watching the guys on Digital Foundry. They were doing it for the original Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for the PS4. And they said that it did boost the frame rate and keep it at a steady 60 pretty much. But at the same time, there's a few times they said where the controller just wouldn't respond to their inputs, and Lara would just kind of start switching weapons on her own and stuff like that. So, but then there are other games where they say the difference is like night and day. Like one that a lot of people requested, obviously, was Bloodborne, and from what I could tell, it looked like it was definitely much more steadier at 30 frames per second. So yeah, anyway, it's pretty much just meant to enhance any games. If you have a PS4 Pro, it's meant to enhance any games that didn't come out with a patch for said Pro support. So, your games like Bloodborne, The Witcher 3, they said actually got a little better with it. It's not like a huge difference. It's not like boosted it up to 4K resolution or something, but it'll make the game like run steadier. Seems to be the general story of that whole boost mode ideal. So yeah, pretty cool. It's a nice little feature for plus pro users to take advantage of. I could definitely see myself playing through Assassin's Creed Unity again with it, because they did say that Unity runs like a dream with boost mode. That one was the one that looked the most different, because back on the original version of Unity, when you were running through like crowds, that game would drop really bad. I'm not even really a frames per second avocado. I don't really care as long as it's not running at like 2 frames per second to where you don't know what the hell's going on. But Unity did get pretty low in a few areas, and on the Pro with the boost mode enabled, it looked way, way smoother. So, yep.
I heard it goes back all the way to like even launch games like Call of Duty Ghost. Like,
oh yeah.
I hear like even Call of Duty Ghost looks and runs better with it on.
Yeah. I looked up a few games for it. The one that I noticed the most difference was Unity, Assassin's Creed. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I heard that.
They don't need to worry about Syndicate because that actually got a pro patch anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that Ezio collection got a patch.
Yeah, that as well supports it. So anyway, pretty cool for anyone who has a lot of older PS4 games that are likely never to get a pro patch. You at least got something to take advantage of your system. It's extra horsepower.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that's what the PS4 Pro should have been, but they were probably just scared.
They definitely should have had it at launch. I think that would have garnered a lot more goodwill.
But then maybe they were just scared to make people feel like they were getting screwed over that already had a PS4.
Yeah. And again, I bet it's probably a freaking engineering nightmare, honestly, to get it to do that. So at first they were asking developers like, "Hey, you mind kicking us a patch for your game? Is that all right?" And a lot of them were like, "Nah." So he's like, "All right, well, engineering crew, get cracking. Figure out some sort of way to take advantage of it." So.
Should have put an engineering crew on that. They should have put them on some PS3 emulation. All right.
Yeah, right. I'd love that. For the love of God, please do something with PS Now. Just pop in the disc and just have Now read the disc and you're good. That's all. I'd be perfectly happy with that.
That's too much. No, I guess since we're on the topic of PlayStation Now, they are later on this year removing support of PlayStation Now on the PS3 and the PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
I think that tells you a little bit how that starts.
And actually, not even just them. Also, I hear it's also getting removed from their TVs and stuff too. Those specific Bravia TVs or whatever that support PS Now. Yeah, apparently they're removing it from those as well.
Yeah,
so literally the only
exactly
two things that can do it are PCs and PS4.
They're doing it. They said to improve some stuff, basically.
To improve stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if improve means backwards compatibility, by all means.
They're probably not going to get that until PS.
I know.
I think what
Well,
they're
one
gonna
can
do
hope.
when PS5 comes out, that's probably when they'll shut off the PS3 servers. But like, then to like probably to like compensate that, like, oh, you could play all your PS3 games and PS4 games on PS5.
That'd be
And
nice.
that would make sense.
Yeah,
Because,
those cell processors can't be too expensive anymore, right?
yeah, here's hoping. Especially by the
Yep.
time the PS5 comes out, the cell processor would be like 15 years old or something.
I know it can't be. I understood it with PS4, but with PS5 they could do it, right? Totally easy.
So, yeah, another thing with the system update on every PS4, not just PS4 Pro, is external USB hard drives coming out.
Woohoo!
Finally.
Only took them a few years.
It only took them a few years, to say the least. Wii U was doing it in 2012.
Yep. But
The Xbox 360.
it's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Soon your memory problems will be a thing of the past. Yep.
So
those are pretty much the big things from the update. There's a few more
I think you could
customization
put custom
things like
wallpapers on there now.
wallpapers. I think that's more or less it. I think they said they're redoing the notification panel of some sort of way.
They said they're making it much more easier, something like that.
Yeah, not sure how that entails, but
It's Sony.
When that update comes out, it's not an excuse to like free up my entire hard drive with everything you got.
Oh man, I'm gonna load your hard drive.
great. MK is just gonna ship Jay like a external hard drive, and just be like, "Merry Christmas! Here's all my games."
I think it's a perfect excuse. I think when this comes out, I think for Jay's birthday, let's send him a hard drive, and then with it, I'm gonna send him Witcher 3, WWE 2K17.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Oh no!
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. That'll take up 100 gigs.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we can get
all
we can get you some
120
games.
gigabytes.
Yep. So they have it. I mean, this stuff is just common ground on Xbox. I mean, Gears of War now is over 100 gigs. So.
Yep. Well, I mean, Horizon, that's going to be, with the day one patch, that's probably going to be around 65 gigabytes to run that.
Yep.
At least, maybe more.
So, But yeah, Jay is definitely getting some gigs added onto his system. I like to play Madden again, too.
I don't even watch football, man. Why you do this to me?
Okay, so Jay does not watch football, but apparently he is the greatest player of Madden of all time. Explain that. Explain that.
I don't watch baseball all the time, but I think I'm pretty good at MLB The Show.
But you watch baseball, though. There's a difference.
I do watch it, yeah, every now and then.
Like, Jay does not look at football, but he hopped on Madden, and Odell Beckham was Jesus. So,
as our good friend Money has said before, there's a difference between playing football and playing Madden. So,
we need to bring him on the podcast just to explain that to everybody.
we do. By the way, in case you're wondering, hey, where is that Money guy at? Well, again, he's too busy playing Ark to come talk to us. I tried, but maybe next week.
Ark is just too overpowering.
So now that we got through the topics fairly quickly and we got a few minutes to spare here, before we talk about what games we've been playing, and this mostly goes towards Jay. We're recording this on Sunday, February 19th. And last night was the NBA 3-point contest and dunk contest. Well, actually, Boost, did you watch it at all, or were you at work?
All-Star weekend.
Work.
You were at work?
Okay,
so last night. I know. You might be like, why are you talking about sports? Well, because, damn it, we play NBA 2K, and that's a video game, so that gives me a pass to talk about basketball stuff. So, real quick, last night, the All-Star weekend sucked.
Huh? Oh,
It
sorry.
was.
I'm just kidding.
You're right, Corgan. No, that's what it was.
Yeah, Courtney was
Oh,
on
really?
point.
Oh, all right.
He was on point.
You're right. I mean, that thing was terrible. I mean, Jay, would you agree?
No.
It wasn't up to the standards like last year, but I don't know, man. That era between what was the last time Nate Robinson won 2006 when him and Iguodala was going back. I swear that
Yeah.
era from like 2007 until the first time Zach LaVine was in the dunk contest, like the All-Star weekend was just completely boring outside of 3-point contest.
Yeah.
Like it was like a few moments here and there, but it wasn't like up there.
I remember the
Like,
Blake
That's
Griffin year
corners.
was pretty. I remember the Blake Griffin year was decent.
it was, but he did send us off by jumping over like the.
How'd LeBron do?
LeBron never's done the dunk contest.
Oh, never
Won't
mind.
do it. But I don't know. Clay. It was. I think it was more just disappointing than anything. Like the people that you expected to do something didn't. And it was
I know
just like,
Clay ended up not winning the 3-point shootout.
he didn't even advance. And then Aaron Gordon. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, I heard he had a foot injury though, so it kind of showed that he was struggling pulling off dunks. But
Well, he could have pulled out if he didn't feel comfortable enough.
could have. But
But
I wish
yeah.
Kyrie had won that 3-point shootout for the flat earthers out there. Like I'm myself am not a flat earther, but it would have been nice just to see him pull that off.
Yeah, for anybody wondering, according to Kyrie Irving, the star point guard on the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Earth is flat. Obviously, the Earth was flat when he airballed a few of them money balls in the 3-point contest.
Oh, that was just gravity playing tricks on him. Give him a break.
With that being said, I thought it was trash, but maybe the All-Star game would be better. Oh, that's all. And Friday's festivities were trash too. I don't know if you.
No, I didn't see Friday, so
Yeah, it was awful. Moving on. We'll stay here with Jay. What games have you been playing?
mainly Street Fighter 5 and I guess Resident Evil 7.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate Jay. He got that Street Fighter 5 Platinum. Give him a round of applause. Well done, Jay. Well done. Woo! Well done. We're proud of him.
Speech.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All 1 million fight money accumulated.
He has cemented himself as one of the Street Fighter V gods.
Yep.
Nah. Mm-mm.
He has his own
We'll see you all at Evo. Be sure to wear T-shirts saying "Jay's our boy" down there.
For any Dragon Ball Z fans out there, Jay is now he's like a King Kai of Street Fighter. He has his own planet you can go to.
Yep, infiltration. He's coming for you. That's right. You heard the call out.
Man, I just went to the grave on rank. Like I had gold, like 4,500 LP, and now I'm chilling at Ultra Silver. So I can't even get that.
I know that struggle. I'm scared to jump into ranked again because I know I'm gonna get freaking rocked.
I know one person Jay's coming for, and his name is Lupe Fiasco. We ain't gonna get into all that. We're gonna tweet this at him. We're gonna keep tweeting at him until he responds to Jay's challenge. Jay wants to play you in Street Fighter V, and I guarantee he beats you.
I just want crack. Like if I beat him, he gotta give me crack. That's it.
But that's the top of the other day. And by the way, when he says that, that's the name of a song that's not released. He's not.
No. It was meant literally like.
We do not endorse any use of drugs on Coast to Coast Gaming Central Podcast.
I mean, it's funny you mention that because I was just complaining to somebody the other day about that Scarface remake. I'm still pissed off about it.
There's a Scarface remake?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing is sacred anymore.
Yep,
nothing is sacred at all.
The dude's Mexican. He's not Cuban, and yeah.
MK is gonna go see it. He's gonna love it.
I am. I'm gonna sit there and bitch about it the whole time. All right, so JC's been playing Street Fighter and Resident Evil 7. He also has the Resident Evil 7 Platinum too. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Well, that's not as
Woo!
impressive as that Street Fighter Platinum, let's be
Aww.
honest.
No,
It's good, but
Aw.
that Street Fighter Platinum takes some real dedication.
It's
Jay also has Neo. Don't know if he's played much of it yet or not. But he does
No, I
have
really
it.
haven't.
And he'll probably have that Platinum too one day. Because, well,
Nah.
Jay is
That one's going to be a tall order. I've looked at some of the trophies. They look
I
a
don't
little
know.
tough.
We'll see.
You could get it. It doesn't look unattainable, but definitely looks tough.
Nah, Money, he the Dark Souls person. He'll get that before me.
Yeah.
I still blow Money's mind every time I tell him I had the Bloodborne Platinum.
Moving on.
I really love that game.
Corgan, what games have you been playing, sir?
Still playing Neo, which, in last week's episode, I said I was sitting at an 8.5. I think I'll kick it up to a 9. That game is really, really good. Let's be honest. That game is every bit as good as pretty much almost everything that From Software has put out. So it's quite impressive for Team Ninja coming out of nowhere and really kind of making their own little stamp on the whole Dark Souls-ish style game with Neo. But
a full
yes.
week later, by the way, I was at the stores yesterday. I went to a few different stores. Still can't get a copy of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's really swept the nation, it seems like. Amazingly. Did not expect that for that game. But yeah, so still playing Neo.
To see those February game sales.
yeah. I guarantee it's charting at least top 5.
Yeah, maybe even number
I wouldn't doubt
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still playing that, and I also kind of been dipping my toes back into Watch Dogs 2 a little bit. Because there's new add-on DLC for Watch Dogs 2 coming out next week, so I kind of wanted to reacquaint myself with the controls on that. And by the way, I did say that Gravity Rush 2 was the best-looking pro game until I played Watch Dogs 2. That game looks really, really good on a pro. Just saying.
Have you popped in Uncharted 4 yet?
I did, man. It looks good, but it doesn't look not really too differently, in my opinion. Mostly, I think, just because they aren't building it meant for a PS4 Pro, really. That game was just built squarely around original PS4
I have heard, from what I've
architecture.
read and what I've heard online, is that apparently like the go-to game, if you want to look at something on PS4 Pro, is Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I've been thinking of popping that in for a bit just to look at it, but anyway, bottom line is Watch Dogs 2. That game looks amazing on it. That's the first game I've really said, like, holy crap, I really do see a pretty decent difference on here. Not gonna lie. But yep, that's about it for me.
Okay.
That's about it for me.
Boost? Anything?
That's about it for me too, because I ain't been playing any games.
There you
Boost
go.
has been hard at work working on some coast-to-coast projects.
Yep, playing 2K.
No, legit.
He's just saying that, folks. Don't listen to him. He
No,
plays
I
2K
haven't
all
really
day, every day.
What?
I myself have been playing
What?
pretty much NBA 2K, WWE 2K, and Gravity Rush 2. And that's pretty much it on PlayStation. On Xbox, I've been playing Catherine.
That's an interesting game to return to, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just returned. I picked it up for like $2 a couple weeks ago, and just got back into it. And
That's a good game. Hard as nails.
yeah,
Good God, that game is hard. But
it's hard, but it is fun, and the storyline is quite entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been playing.
That might be the hardest game of the last generation. I would honestly say I never could beat it. I could not beat that last boss area, and so, yeah, I never did complete it. I was trying it.
Yeah, that was very hard. But just that game in general. I remember the collector's edition of that game. You remember it? I think it came with like a love pillow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old Catherine. That game is something else.
hmm
Um,
Nothing
I,
says
I, wa-
fun like running around as a guy with his underwear on and goat horns and playing a dating simulator on the side. Very weird
that
game.
was quite the
Highly
idea
recommend
that
it for anyone that's curious.
yeah, anyone that's curious, pick that game up on 360 and pop it in your Xbox One and go at
Also
it.
available
Or,
on PS Now if you're only a
yep,
PlayStation user. So,
yep. Also
and
available
that's
on
actually how
PS.
I played it, and it works pretty well for now. So,
Yep, good stuff.
hmm
That's what I've been playing. And I've also been. This is completely probably off topic, but related to gaming. I've been actually listening to an audiobook version of the book Console Wars,
hmm
and it's like a 20-hour listen, and I'm like 12 hours into it, and that book is fucking phenomenal. Like for anybody that even remotely knows of some of the history or the story of Sega versus Nintendo back in the day, that book is worth reading or listening to or whatever. That book is phenomenal. So I recommend
Speaking of
that to any
books,
video
I
game now.
pre-ordered the book leading into the story of Mass Effect Andromeda. Just saying.
You're just a hoe.
When it comes to Mass Effect, you are damn right.
So in the upcoming weeks here, there's some games that we're going to be picking up amongst most of us. We have a game or two that we'll be playing, and we'll hear some reactions to those games
Not me,
upcoming. Yeah, not
because
Moose,
life.
but yeah. I mean,
He'll give you reactions to life. The
yeah,
game.
he'll give you life advice. That should be a segment
Yep.
for Moose in the podcast.
Like, look both
We
ways
should
before you
definitely
cross the
make that a
street.
segment in the podcast. Boost life lessons.
Look both
Look
ways
both
before you
ways.
cross the street. That's
There
this
you go.
week's life lessons.
Yep. Alrighty.
So yeah, we got that
And
going.
scene.
But coming up here, I mean, we got Horizon coming out. We got.
hmm
I don't know if anyone's getting near or not, but it's coming out. Are you getting near, Jay?
I'm gonna get it, but I probably won't
At
even
some
be
point.
done with Neo. Yeah. Hold on.
Answer that phone.
Yep. See, that's Square Enix calling to give Jay a code.
Yep. Yep. It's great. It's like, you better play our game.
Yep.
We need all the goodwill we can get. Try and get this game out to people's, so people actually hear about it.
Yep. So Jay, I imagine Jay got the code for Nier now.
Yep.
So the what?
You got the
That's
code
cool.
for Nier.
Yeah, we made
Totally.
a joke saying as soon as you said I'm gonna get it, but and then your phone rang like, no, that was Square Enix calling. So like, nope, he's gonna play that game. So Nier's coming out, and then Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I said that already. Zelda, so on and so forth. At that point, Mass Effect. So
Yeah. I was about to say,
yeah,
you forgot the biggest one. Oh.
Horizon. Courtney's gonna have your response for Horizon.
Yep.
I plan
Looking
on
forward to it.
now. It's not guaranteed, but it's looking like I'm gonna get one because I don't have a pre-order. But it's looking like from some people, for some of the retailers I've called around here, I'm gonna get one.
A Switch, you mean?
I will have your reactions for the Switch, Zelda, and whatever else I end up getting. So that podcast is going to be loaded, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. So keep an eye on that one. That's good. We're getting close, really.
Yep.
We only got one episode of the podcast between us and Horizon and the Switch and Zelda and stuff. It's exciting times. So yeah, with that being said, we'll be back to you. We'll be back here next week to bring you some more gaming news, reviews, whatever else Boost used to say in our intro. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But first, before I wrap this up, I need to mention something here. Last week at the end of the podcast, after I pleaded for Sega to make Sonic good,
Dun dun dun
I
dun.
told Monte that I was unaware that he uploaded a video of us playing Madden, of him
Dun
beating
dun
me in
dun
overtime
dun
with a Hail Mary. And I challenged him to a game of Madden that we would live stream, put on
dun
YouTube,
dun dun
and the
dun
loser,
dun dun
thanks to
dun.
the idea of Corgan, the loser has to buy Life of Black Tiger on PS4
Dun 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 dun
and play it and say they like it.
dun 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 dun.
Now, I told Monty to come onto the podcast this week and either accept or deny my challenge. As you can see, Monty is not here today. Now, you're
But he's in
probably
the
asking
chat.
yourself. Now you're probably asking
I
yourself. Now,
object.
what?
What? Oh my God! Where did he come
Oh
from?
my God!
Sweet Jesus! Oh God, Monty's going for the chair. Jesus! Somebody stop that madman!
Is it
Monty,
him?
what do you have to say?
If it's not,
You run your mouth every fucking week. You say you can beat me. You say you're half the man. Well, I have half the brain that you do.
Burn!
And I accept your challenge.
My
you
God.
accept my challenge. You just signed off. You signed off your rights to live. Because
Now you know,
you're
Monty,
going to be
the
buying a
loser
copy.
has to buy Life of Black Tiger and stream it for the world to see.
Wait, what is that?
Oh, it's
Oh,
the spawn of
saw it.
Satan, Jay. That's all you need to know. The spawn
saw
of Satan.
this guy
don't worry,
named
Jay.
Jim
I'll send a
Sterling.
link to your cell phone right now.
I saw it from this guy named Jim Sterling. He did like a video of it. Oh my God, that's one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's a PS4 title.
Ooh. And it has
Somehow,
multiplayer.
I know, and 3D support. How about that? You got a 3D television. There you go.
Jay, check your phone and just enjoy the next 1 minute and 19 seconds of your life.
I know.
Or
it's my
question,
birthday.
or question life altogether after watching it.
Or question why Sony even put that on their YouTube page.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing. The fact that it's on their YouTube page, like they're promoting it.
So, Monty accepts. So he will be buying that game and streaming it for all of you to see.
Oh, now no backing out. There's no backing out.
Before I even continue, I'm looking at the trailer right now. Are you sure this is a PS4 game?
Oh, yes. You can find it on the PlayStation Store right
It
now.
was on, if I recall, it was on Steam first, and somehow it got approved by the developers to be released on Sony as a indie game. So,
AKA Sony was drunk and allowed that piece of crap on the store.
they got a lot of bad games on the store now.
Oh yes. Life of Black Tiger is only one small needle in a whole lot of needles.
Mayo.
Yep.
My name is Mayo, which I have the platinum.
Oh yes. That's the
your
whole
proud
point of the
platinum
game.
yet?
It's the platinum.
They
your
literally
most-
with no shame, just released a game that had an easy platinum and dropped it for like 99 cents.
Yep. And the worst thing is, it sounds like it actually took off.
Yep.
Is that your proudest platinum, MK?
It might be up there with Hannah Montana the movie.
Which
That's a
Booth
good
doesn't
one.
want to admit he has. Yeah, he hides it on his profile. But,
Alrighty.
I'm proud
I
of
think
my
that's a podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Or is it?
Dum dum.
Yeah.
Monty, do you have any words to say? I mean, since you decided to come in here and interrupt me without, the accept the challenge, you might as well tell people what games you're playing.
I've been playing 2K, Skyrim, the HD remake. Well, not HD remake, the Legendary Edition, whatever the heck it's called. I've been streaming Hitman. I got the first season. I've been streaming it on Twitch. Check that out. I probably will edit and upload the my playthroughs So there's a lot of moments when I'm just sitting around waiting, so I gotta edit through all that and stuff. So I'll upload that.
Yep.
I have not been playing the 3DS as much, but when I do, I play Dragon Ball Fusions, which is a really good game. And I think that covers most of my games I play. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. If we're counting mobile games, then Fire Emblem Heroes. Still playing that. So,
Mhm.
just a little add-on there.
All right.
And before we close out, Giannis is the greatest basketball player to grace the NBA court. It is Sunday, but when this podcast comes out, it probably won't be Sunday. So my prediction: he's gonna drop 40 points and break the record. Well, more than 40, whatever the record is. What's the
I think
record?
it's 42. Oh, 41,
42?
42. I don't know.
Yeah, because who had it? Was like 1 point away,
Westbrook.
and they
Yeah,
wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, it was Paul George last year, and I think Westbrook did it another year.
Yeah, Paul George last year, was so close, and they wouldn't give it to him. Well, Giannis is gonna be the one to do it. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Remember that name, and don't be Larry King, whatever, and pronounce
No,
it
not
Lumbo.
it's Giannis Arambo.
Giannis Arambo.
Well, while you got people remembering that name, you need to be remembering the name Life of Black Tiger, because that's the game you're going to be buying.
Oh.
After I beat
All
you,
right.
He's
Wrap it
throwing
up.
salt.
we're going to put it out for the world to see.
All right, wait. Before we wrap everything up,
Mhm.
E3, Hideki Yoshino's going to announce a game. It's most likely going to be Devil May Cry 5. Everybody listening, buy multiple copies of Devil May Cry 5, so make sure we get the Japanese things and things like that for a long time. And, yeah, we can leave. All right, we out.
Wait, hold on. I got
Wait, this news just broke?
Yep, DMC2, baby. Here it comes. I'm just kidding.
All right. Just before we close out, I need to say something.
Okay. All right. Well, look, before you say something, I always go through the line. I always go through the panel anyway and give you your last words. So let's just get that going.
I don't recall.
All right.
Well,
I call
you know
the shots
what?
here.
We're starting it now. Say your last words.
Starting now. Monte, say goodbye to the people and say what you got to say.
All right, goodbye, peeps. Everybody watch our videos. And I wanted to say that last week, this girl I like, she said hi to me.
All right. Jay, move along.
The depressed one. All right. Jay,
Move along, Jay.
we would like to
I mean, I already said what I had to say about DMC5, so...
Okay, cool. Boost?
All right.
I hate ya.
All right. I guess I'll go next.
Not you people listening. I'm talking about, Daniel.
He's just kidding. He loves me. Mass Effect Andromeda? Make sure you all buy that. Gotta show BioWare, that we still care. And that is indeed our favorite game on the Citadel. That is all.
Okay.
As for myself, if you're listening,
Which they're not.
Sega,
Buy Sonic. Got it.
I know you're not listening.
Wait, why are you telling Sega to buy Sonic? Hey, huh?
No. I'm not. I'm not. You see, but you hear that, Sega? That's the kind of person that you need to buy Sonic. Monte. But you know how you get that to happen? Just don't make the game bad. Just don't do it.
Do it.
And also don't release it around Mario Odyssey.
Sonic Mania looks fantastic, but that's not the game that we need to be great. We need the new game to be great. Sonic Mania is a new game, but you know what I mean. We need the 3D Sonic game to be great to give us hope. Don't let, like I said, Mario can be better, but don't let it shit all over you. Just don't. That's all.
Let it.
And on that note,
this has been episode 30 of Coast to Coast Gaming Central Podcast, where we come to you every week
It took us
on
3 years to get
Not
to
every
episode 30.
Mondays. Well, we try to. We're gonna start coming to you every week.
No,
It took us 3 years to get to episode 30.
can't make that promise.
Yeah. So also we would like to thank and welcome Jay as Jay has never been a part of the podcast, even though we've heard his name on here plenty of times. So everybody give Jay a round of applause. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Wait, did y'all
Thank you,
mention
Jay.
before I got like a
Thank you.
PS4 last year?
Yes, we mentioned you a couple years ago, and people were probably like, "Who the hell is Jay?" Now they know.
Our next
I
guest,
still
He's
don't know
Devil
who
May
Jay
Cry
is.
Mr.
guy.
BX Styles, will be our next guest.
Oh yeah,
yes.
you could be say goodbye to that. That's
Yeah.
never happening.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, BX Styles.
And yes,
is-
that's right, folks. In about 40 years' time,
Yep, in about 40 years. we
BJ Styles
finally
will be on the
run into BX
podcast.
Styles.
So look forward to it.
That'll be around the
Wow.
same time PJ gets off Neverwinter. So there you go.
What about my relationship status?
you know what? It's time to cut
you
it
know
off.
what?
Bullshit.
Darn the luck.
you for listening,
Monte, you're
everybody
breaking up.
listening.
Sorry.
Thank you for listening to episode 30. We will be back at you next week. Hopefully, I would imagine
Hopefully.
next week. That between now and then, I'm pretty sure Nintendo's going to put out some Switch information. The system comes out the week after that. You would
All right,
imagine
we're
they
done
say
with the last
something,
words.
Or
Close
should
it up.
I?
right?
Or should I
So-
be able to pre-order it?
We're over time.
You should be able to pre-order it. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Monty, get your money ready for Life of Black Tiger.
Blah, blah, blah. Boost, cut
You
it.
depressed
Cut it.
bastard.
Boost, cut it. Hurry. Cut.
Yay!
If those are the last words of that shit.